East Chaladon Trading Company versus Fancy Cloud Dancers. Fancy Cloud Dancers being on red team, that is. On Fight Over Fernfield. Fight Over Fernfield is a mixed map with a couple of close range walls and lower lying obstacles. For the most part, it is a medium to long range map that most ships will persist on. Right, I'm going to run through the ship loadouts, eh? The first ship is the Fancy Ferry. It's a Mobula piloted by Dementio, with a Hades Gatling bottom deck, a Mercury on top, and a Banshee right flare left. His ally is the Gizmo Duck, a Junker piloted by Sputnik, with a Carronade and a Banshee right side, an Artemis on the front, and an Artemis Gatling on the left side. For blue team, we got the GFA Narwhal. It is a fish piloted by Captain Scrowbeard. Scrowbeard. It's a Hawacha fish with a Gatling Carronade on the side. His ally is the Ephemeral Moth, a Pyramidian piloted by Merwin with a Hades and a Banshee on the side, on the front, sorry, and a Banshee flare on the side. Zetnus, would you talk for me for a second? I forgot to change the undertitles.
Sure thing. I'll just blabber on about nothing. No, we're watching here, they're fighting over the main big cannon here. No one's ready to go through it yet. Just a bit of sniping going on. We see the Hades shots and Artemis shots going back and forth.
Yeah, at the moment they're just fighting for the positioning, who can get closer to the gun and keep it there that way, since the gun gives you defensive capabilities to drop behind cover. That being said, of course, East Chaladon Trading Company has a close range rushing type of build, while the Fancy Cloud Dancers are building more on a reactive, I'm believing. A bunch of Artemises, or actually just two Artemises, and a Mercury. So it'd be interesting to see how the Fancy Cloud Dancers are going to react to East Chaladon Trading Company staying behind that big gun.
Have the camera controls been changed? Because I'm moving very slowly when I move my camera.
I don't know. Maybe. Could be. I haven't seen a change yet. So at the moment it seems that both teams are happy with just lobbing shots at each other. Definitely Fancy Cloud Dancers are getting the better of him. Doing a bit of balloon damage, a bit of armor damage, but nothing substantial at the moment. Seems that the Junker is coming about to shoot the Fenrir Moth at the moment. He's going to be backing up though. Seems like a bit of a stalemate. What's the time, Zetnus? Well, how many minutes have passed already?
We have approximately 3 minutes have passed, so there's plenty of time still, but they will need to move in.
Maybe, unless this becomes a stalemate. First time you ref and you'll have to do a coin flip. Oh, the Gizmo Duck just got hit, losing 2 of his engines, only having 1 of its turning engines, which is buffed too. That's not very good as a cover. Trying to drop down into a bit of cover, but doesn't have those engines, so he can't go back. This is when East Chaladon Trading Company decides to move in slowly, but I hope surely. Oh, it seems that they are not going to be moving in. Same time, the Fancy Ferry is moving up and using the arcs of the Hades to descend upon them and throw some fires on their balloons. Hopefully they're whole. There we go. Now we see the Gatling Mercury Hades in action. No, Gatling Mercury Banshee in action. No, I'm still saying it wrong. Gatling Hades Banshee in action. Seems that East Chaladon Trading Company is backing up. Probably going to focus on the Fancy Ferry if they're given that chance. Will mean that the Gizmo Duck will have to move in. Hull break on the Fancy Ferry. Both Fancy Fairy and Ephemeral Moth have lost about 15% of their hull. Fancy Fairy
Fancy
lost their
Fairy
balloon for a
lost
second
the
there.
balloon. Exactly.
Well, this is not a place the
Gizmo
Fancy
Duck has
Fairy
been
wants to
out of
be in.
position.
That is true. The Gizmo Duck is going to be having to catch up very soon. He's notoriously the slowest ship in the game, so I don't know if he'll be able to get there in time. Hawacha going out. Half the hull is down on the Fancy Ferry. There's the hull break. Hades coming in. And they're down. First kill going to East Chaladon Trading Company. Oh, this is not the place the Gizmo Duck wanted to be. Not the place the Gizmo Duck parked their car, apparently. But they might be able to hold their own at this. Hades coming in on the Gizmo Duck. Half their hull armor is down. Banshee's going into their balloon. Not a good place. They are getting hull breaks on Narwhal, but not enough perma damage to make this worth a death. Oh, now they're between two ships. Is this really what they want? Balloon is almost down with 6 stacks of fire. There goes their balloon. Oh, they lost their balloon. They're dropping at the moment. This might be the death of the Gizmo Duck. Don't expect the Fancy Fairy to come in to save him, since this could end very soon. Armor is staying up though. That is a good job. Gotta appreciate those NGs, right?
Indeed, they're doing a good job keeping the ship alive here. Although they probably won't make it here. It's balloon down, hull down, guns down.
Although he is balloon blocking quite a lot here, taking only half damage from something that could have been their death. Fortunately, they are dropping down into some hazardous terrain here. Fancy Fairy is moving in to help their ally. This might be just too late. An interesting choice to see if the Gizmo Duck will be able to get out of there. Fancy Fairy taking the pressure off the Gizmo Duck by distracting the Narwhal, getting a hull break on them too. At this point, the Gizmo Duck is going to be in a 1v1 with the Ephemeral Moth, which is not a meta Midian, but a Hades Banshee Midian, which is going to be probably easier close range for the Gizmo Duck. Just check out what's happening with the Narwhal. Narwhal seems to be turning away, noticing that he's done a terrible mistake going back for the Gizmo Duck, but he has not the engine power that he's hoping for, I'm guessing. Lost his hull, losing a lot of his hull there, his health, down to about 7%, I'd say. And there goes the Gizmo Duck. Long live the Gizmo Duck there. Or long lived the Gizmo Duck. Here goes the Narwhal. Now it's a fight to the death between the Ephemeral Moth and the Fancy Fairy. So that both of them have Hadeses and Banshees. Only advantageous thing is that the Fancy Fairy got a Mercury gun and a Gatling for close range, so that's gonna be tough. But it seems that both sides are disengaging. So that was an interesting setup of fights. It looked like it was going to be a conveyor belt until the Fancy Fairy came in to pick up another kill on the Narwhal, making it 1-2. I'm not sure if that's worth it, but it's better 1-2 than 2-0, 2-0, or 0-0. It seems that both sides are ready to engage again. Pyramidian is quite low health, so I believe they're going to be targeting it. Their hull is down, and they go down. Gizmo Duck picking up the kill with Nartemis. Or the Narwhal, not in a place where I would want to be with a fish. Probably going to be a fast and harsh death for them here. Half their hull is down. Lots of Gatling, lots of Banshees, Hades is coming in, basically you name it, that's flying toward the Narwhal. Hull's down again, and there they go. Wonderful fireworks for everyone. 3-2. Fancy Cloud Dances just turned it around from a East Chaladon Trading Company lead. From a East Chaladon Trading Company lead. Seems that East Chaladon Trading Company are going to wait for a synchron spawn. I'd had to guess, I'm guessing they're gonna spawn to the northwest. Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm wrong as usual. I was thinking they were gonna spawn to the northwest since they do have a bit of a closer range build. They probably would have been better off rushing that Mobula, but they're going for the long range. Means they will be seen from a long way of far approach. Doesn't seem like either teams have figured out that they are there. Might be one of those rendering distance moments, or maybe a spotting problem since the clouds and so on. Oh, they definitely know that they're there at this moment.
Yeah, spots are coming out.
Seems that East Chaladon Trading Company is heading to the east. Wondering what their plan is. Probably, are they going for cover? Are they trying to lure the fancy cloud dancers into their spawn? That being said, if they would lure them into the spawn, that wouldn't be worth it, of course, because 2 more kills and the game is over, basically. It's likely that once the first kill falls, the second one is going to follow very fast, so even in their spawn, there's not too much chance of pulling that out and redeeming themselves. There we go, the Narwhal is going in, rising up to deliver a watcher toward the Gizmo Duck. Unfortunately, missing a slight bit. It's a good dodge from the Gizmo Duck. Moth is laying down fire on the Narwhal, while the Gizmo Duck is taking on the Fenral Moth. Hull break on the Narwhal. Here goes about half the health of Narwhal. I'm confused why both teams are not deciding to target one ship at a time. Going for the 1v1. Oh, never mind. It still seems that way. The Narwhal is still being attacked by the Fairy Moth while the Gizmo Duck is fighting the Moth. Hull break on the Moth and he's down. The Junker getting the better of him. That's an interestingly executed plan there. The poor Narwhal will have to get out of here before it's too late. There's not much he can do at this point. Only he had shoot bent. Oh, no, never mind, that doesn't help. And the Narwhal goes down. 5-2 for Fancy Cloud Dancers against East Chaladon Trading Company.